All right, we are live. Okay, first in Croatian, just introduction. Dobro večer svima. Dobrodošli u naš podcast. Evo, pridružuje mi se kolega Golaso iz Kolumbije. Malo ćemo pričati o utakmici Hrvatske i Kolumbije, ali bit ćemo na engleskom. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Golaso. Thank you for coming to the podcast.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you. Good to be here.
Anytime. It's our pleasure. Tonight we're going to speak a little bit about the game that finished earlier in Orlando. Colombia, Croatia. Croatia won 1-2. That was the score from the first half. I would think overall Colombia had better chances first half, and they should have been leading the first half, but it's a little unfortunate, mistakes on both sides, but it's a friendly match, so I think it's okay. I think it was a decent game. What do you think about the game?
Yeah, I think so too. I think, we should have scored a couple of goals. Suarez had a big chance in the first half, which was amazing that he missed. He was alone. He should have just pushed it in. It didn't happen. And I mean, it's good that we lost, I think. It's better that we lost so we can fix things, which I think is the same way you guys think about, football is like, okay, this is friendly. Maybe losing or making mistakes is better to do it now than in the World Cup. So I'm glad we sort of, we might learn from this, One thing we learned clearly is that you guys are way ahead of us because your team was mixed, right?
Yes.
Our team was the starting team. What we think is the starting team for the World Cup is the one that started. So that doesn't look good for us. But first half we did that, and then the second half because we did there were so many changes and everything, things changed, But I was impressed by Croatia. We've always been impressed by Croatia, for a few years already. Being second in the World Cup and then third in the World Cup, and you guys are more practical. You do things right. You know what you're doing. Like we are still sort of finding out what we do. And you could tell in the game, we're looking for ways of doing it. And when there's a low block, it's harder for us to get in, And that's the thing that you guys do really well is that you know when to go low block or go forward or go counter attack or whatever. So we don't have it yet. So, but this will help. We're playing France on Sunday. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, we are playing Brazil. They did a little change today. Most of the guys will not play. I mean, Matanovic was the forward. He scored the goal. He might be the forward. It's not sure yet. Livakovic is gonna be probably the goal number one. All depends. Today we play in formation 3-5-2. So we had Pašalić from Orlando on the right. Erlich, young Vušković from Hamburg in Germany in the back, and Pogračić, and then Perisic, who's here a long time, on the left back, which is kind of, he's like a winger. So he was going a little bit forward, and then in the midfield, no Modrić in the beginning 11, Paš from the right to left, Pašalić, Moro, Sučić, Vlašić, and Matanovic. Pretty mixed team for the first half, but I think against Brazil, they're going to put the stronger first 11 because, we're talking about Brazil, so pretty strong team. So, even though it's a friendly, Brazil is always Brazil to me, always the high respect to them. They play the best soccer probably in the world, but they maybe not the best, but I think they play the best soccer.
Yeah, and I think you guys can beat them. This is not the best Brazil. The last few years has been really bad. And I mean, you could see today they've played France, and France was just playing with them. And they had, France lost a player to red card. And France was still better. So they're not the best right now, but it's going to be a good game. This is going to be a good game. And I don't know what France is going to do with us. I don't know if they're going to put same as you guys, because they played Brazil. They put the starting team. They might not play the starting team with us. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I wanted to say the coach from Croatia after the last World Cup was supposedly in rumors to go to Colombia. Like he was going to finish his contract with Croatia. And in Colombia, they were saying that he might come to Colombia and be coach. And I guess there were some talks, and the Colombian Federation said, no, not now. And we got the guy that we got right now. And it would have been lovely to get him. And maybe if he does leave now, which I think you guys think he's leaving right after the World Cup, he might
He's not
come
sure
over
yet.
here. Yeah. So if he does, we might take him. you know.
No, no. I think he's a great coach, but one thing about Dalic, he's very connected to home. So
Mm.
he been away in Asia in a few teams many years coaching, and then he came to Croatia. He was coaching my home team Rijeka also, and Vartex Varaždin and some other teams. But yeah, I didn't hear that rumor. I mean, I believe you, of course. He's been connected with many teams, and I really have no idea what he's gonna decide. He says he needs peace and doesn't want to be bothered by the newspaper media about his new contract. And I think depends what we do on the World Cup, and then he's gonna decide. But whatever he decides, we are okay with it. He's been with the national team a long time. He achieved what nobody will ever achieve with Croatia ever again. I don't think so.
Yeah.
To be
Did you
quite
guys
honest.
ever hear? Did you guys ever hear that rumor at all? That he was in talks with Colombia? I don't, because there's a lot of press that brings a lot of things, and we don't know if it's true.
Yes. Well,
So
me personally, no, but I don't know if other people back home did or not. As you said, it's so many people, so many news. So I'm really, honestly, I'm really not sure because I don't really read everything that they say and talk because there's so many rumors. Same thing with the players. So many rumors that yourself. It's like it's unreal sometimes.
yeah, true, true, true. So Luis Diaz that plays in Bayern, and you
Right.
have a player in Bayern, Salicic. Is
Yes.
that's the player? So everybody in Colombia was making it. Oh, they're gonna play against each other, and he's a right back, and Luis Diaz is gonna go through there, and then he didn't play. So, coming until the second half, right? And he went
Yes.
to the left side, I think. So we're like, oh no! So it didn't happen, but it was they were creating that whole thing. They're gonna clash into each other. How is that gonna be? And they took a quote from Stalisic saying how good Luis Diaz is, and how good of a player, and it'll be exciting to play against him. But he never played because you guys played a different. You guys don't play 3-5-2, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
Okay.
depends. More or less, no, we play with four in the back. But since Guardiola is not playing the Manchester City right back, I mean center back, he's not
Mhm.
playing. He's injured. So then they changed it a little bit, and they got young Vuskovic also in the mix. So I'm not sure honestly what Dalic is gonna do.
Got it. Got it. I saw Buskovic, the kid, really good
Yeah,
center back. He has a future, man. He's doing really well. Yeah.
he is. Yeah, he's playing in Hamburg in Germany. He has a brother also who was suspended. So it is what it is. But yeah, well, I mean, speaking of us,
Mhm.
I think it was a decent game. First half, I would say, pretty defensive. We were pretty reserved. Not really. We scored goals, yes, but I think all three goals kind of came on a mistake. Like our
Yeah.
first goal was a deflection and went over Vargas.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
shot was going down and deflected one of your players. It went up, and then the second goal. I mean, really Vargas misjudged the ball on the corner.
Yeah, and it's
He
weird.
went.
It's rare for a goalie to make a mistake like that. He's really good, and even though he's not tall, he usually reaches. He usually gets it, and is a rare mistake. And also for the first goal that you guys made, there was no midfield. I don't know if you saw, like there was no midfield. Like our midfield like disappeared. Like they let him
Yeah,
run, run,
he
run, and
just walked
shoot.
in. Yeah,
Yeah, he just looked and
right.
shot, and
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
a deflection. It was crazy. I was like, "What's happening?" I rewound just to see where where's our midfield? There was no midfield. Um, so yeah, I think we'll learn from this. I hope so. I hope our coach learns from this. I wanted to ask you about your thoughts about Colombian players. For instance, let's talk about one that is like some people think he should retire, and one that is
Honest.
current. So let's talk about the current one. What your thoughts are from your point of view.
Sure.
Luis Diaz is like our superstar at this moment. He's in Bayern. He's scoring a lot of goals. He's in the best four. They say the best three forwards in the world and all that stuff. What do you think of him?
I think he's a great player. Honestly, like very unpredictable which way he's gonna go. A lot of skill, a lot of assists. I mean, he scored 15 goals for Bayern, 11 assists in 25 games. I see a lot of yellow cards, 7 yellow cards, so very aggressive, big temper, but it's okay. That's the way he should be. I think he's your best player. I mean, and James, James is, one of my favorite players, but I think a little bit he's slowing down, a lot he's slowing down. And maybe my thoughts are that maybe the name is playing, not him. Maybe, I don't know if you have a better player than him in that position, but also, having him on the pitch, you never know. He can make a move. He can score a goal. He's also unpredictable. Yes, he's slower. He changed, but I still think he's a great player.
Yeah, and that's I guess that's like he's our weakness. We love him, but for everything he's done, and he's at a point where we don't know. He hasn't played too much football in the last few months, and he's playing in Minnesota in the United States, and he hasn't played that much. And then he plays better with the national team, but he doesn't press. He doesn't press that much. He doesn't. So it's hard. Like actually, the first post that you guys hit today, he didn't cover. Like the guy just passed him. He just saw him run by. So it's like that's the thing about him is like I think that our team has an aggressive mode, but his part, he doesn't do it as well because he can't anymore. So we're caught in that sort of like, oh, we love him, but it hurts to have him also. So we'll see what happens. We have another player that is almost the same age and came in the second half, Quintero, that he sort of covers for him. He's really, he's really good. But they were both old, so we don't have like a proper guy that's gonna take over. Hopefully, we'll find one in the next couple of years, but we won't find him for the World Cup, so we're stuck. So
I wish we had it's 2 months before the World Cup, so it's no time to experiment. Probably nothing too much. But remind me again, who's in the Colombian group in the World Cup?
So Colombia is with Portugal. That's the last game of the group. That's the hardest game. We start with Uzbekistan. We start the first game, and then the second game we're waiting for the playoff. The other team, which will be between, I don't know if Jamaica's playing right now. So if Jamaica win, they play Congo, and whoever wins from that goes to our group. So and here's the thing. There might be a matchup between Croatia and Colombia in the next round. If we depending on what position we land, like you guys with England and us with Portugal, we might meet in the next round. So we might talk again.
Maybe, sounds good. I mean, also, I think, for us, first game with England is going to be very hard. Second game, Panama, I think we should win, and Ghana, they are a little bit tough, but I think we can beat them. All depends first game against England. In the past, we beat England and we lost against England. So, I really don't know what to expect. I wouldn't be surprised. We are, I think our team on the World Cup is a master of draws. Like we know how to keep the score and how to get back in the game and how to neutralize any opponent. Like we've shown it how many games in the World Cup. I don't even know now. We 0-0, 1-1, extra time, penalties we go through. So I think we are experts in that field, but we'll see. I really don't know. I think we're gonna go to second round, and that's it. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's very hard to predict. Yeah, very hard.
So your team has aged a lot. I mean, there's a lot of aging players. I know there's a couple of young ones coming in, but I see that there's 34, 37, 40 with Modrić. You think it's an older team? You think there's gonna be a transition to another team? Do you see the future? How do you see the future?
Well, I'll tell you the future. So future is Musa is 28, but still he's gonna be good for the next few years. Then you got Martin Baturina that came in, that plays for Como. He's an excellent player. So he's gonna be like a number 10 kind of. Like all depends, which tactic we play, but he's gonna be I think that player. And then Toni Fruk from Rijeka should be also a good player. Vušković, we have Sučić, we have two Sučić, Petar and Luka. Matanovic, and it's also rising stars in the league. Like, I don't want to name any names, but it's quite few. Then we have Jagušić that went to Panathinaikos. I'm sorry, but he's not really playing. And right now, this moment, I think he did a transfer of 4 or 5 million euros. I'm not sure of the number. And then we have Ivanovic also that was in Rijeka and did a big transfer. He went to Belgium, and then from Belgium he went to Benfica, but also not really playing. So we have a lot of players on the under 21. And we'll see. I think we're gonna still be good. Maybe not as competitive with Modrić, but I think Croatia always has a good future in soccer.
Yeah, and do you think like Modrić is gonna start? He's gonna be a starter for you guys, or he's gonna be like today, like he'll come in at the end, or
100% start against England? He's gonna. If he's healthy against England, he's in the 100% first 11. I mean, I can tell you probably at the moment, Livakovic gonna be for sure. So I'm not sure we're gonna play 4 or 3 in the back. All depends. That's the big question. I think Vušković should be in the first 11, 100%. Perišić is gonna be for sure. Sučić, Petar, it's gonna be for sure, I believe. Pašalić, Marko, most likely because of the right winger. And then Modrić, Kramarić. Yeah, I'm really not sure what he's gonna do. Budimir most likely is gonna be the striker. It's a big competition in the front. I mean, we can say for sure Livakovic, Modrić, Perišić, Guardiol, Vušković, those are the players that I think are securing positions, and Kramarić. Everybody else probably are fighting for the position. But again, a lot of good players. Dalic is a great coach. Even a lot of times we don't agree on his decisions, but he proved us all wrong throughout the years.
Yeah, he's been there proving it, and yeah, it's amazing. And I mean, for us, just your point of view from Colombians and everything, you guys came out of the blue, like 10 years ago. It was like nobody expected, what you guys were bringing, and then you came and you were there in the final, and then again 3rd place. It blew our minds, and of course. I mean, we've seen Modrić already because he was in Real Madrid, and actually he played with James. And today, I think that somebody said that they hugged that before the beginning of the game. I have to go check that out. I have the recording that they hugged and everything, like all friends from Real Madrid and everything. So, but like Modrić has been one of the best midfielders in the world for the last 10 years or whatever, 15 years or something. So it's been amazing. You guys have a run. Like, we should learn a lot from you guys, because you guys are like a small country, but it's like Uruguay, but you can have awesome players, like the population is small, but players are awesome. So I appreciate your soccer and the way you play. You guys are practical, The thing that I like about you guys, and I saw today, is like, when you have to go and do something, you have to do you have to get back and defend, you'll defend. If you have to counter, you'll counter. It is really good. You have a really good timing, when to do things. We're a little more chaotic in our ways, which is Luis Diaz represents that exactly.
Right.
He will be chaotic, But yeah, I think you guys will do better than what you think in the World Cup. I think you guys will do well.
I'm not sure. There's somebody in the chat asking me about Mario Yepes. Wasn't he a center back?
He was. Yeah. He's retired.
He played in AC Milan a little bit in the end, right?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Okay, right.
Yeah. And he played. Of course, we didn't go to the World Cup 2022. We were in 2018. He was there in the 2018 team. So yeah, he retired. He's doing well and everything. But yeah, he was a great center back, one of the best center backs we've ever had. So yeah, Yepes.
Yeah, I remember him. And no, Colombia had a lot of great players throughout the years. When I was a kid growing up, I remember Carlos Valderrama, Higuita. Those are the great players. Yeah, he had the crazy moves, the way he was saving the goal.
They're scorpion.
Yeah, you do that today, you get fired immediately, probably.
For sure.
But let me ask you a little bit
Mhm.
about your team. So you said you played the first. This is the strongest 11. You think it's any room that anybody's gonna fall out? And is anybody like knocking on the door to get in? Any younger player, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, we thought for a second, John Duran, which was a forward that used to play in Aston Villa about a year and a half ago. He was doing really well. He was 19, 20 years old. We thought he was going to be our forward, like our main forward for the team. But he seems to have a troublesome personality. So he fought the coach in Aston Villa, went to Saudi Arabia because of money. Then he didn't do well there. Then he's been moving around. So I think he's in Turkey now or something like that. So and he they said like in one of the games last year he got into a fight with somebody from in the national team during a game, so he's been kicked out. So that was the only guy that I saw that could have been in this team as a starter, but it didn't happen. So I don't see anybody unless somebody gets injured. I think this is the starting team. I don't see a change because it has been like this for the last year or so. And guys are getting older. Some guys are getting like James and Lerma, which is our defending midfield. They're getting older, and you could see it. So it's stressful. We'll see. We'll see. Today, it showed. It definitely showed that we need to maybe try a few other things. Maybe not have James because he played like a long time today. I didn't expect that because he hasn't played that much, and you could see he wasn't running anymore. So we'll see. We'll see. It's difficult and it's stressful because the World Cup is right there. So we'll see what happens. How do you see Colombia? Do you see Colombia getting far? I mean, we might meet. So
I
we'll see.
mean, it's hard. Look, the group, I mean, even if Jamaica or Congo makes it, I think you should be able to finish the group. Portugal is obviously a very strong team, but they're not unbeatable. Uzbekistan, I don't think they're a great team. They're gonna be probably under the not pressure. They never played on the World Cup, I believe. So I don't know even what to expect from them. They usually have a youth team is very good under 21. They have a good team, but their league is really unknown, and it's a lot of unknowns, and they play in the.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I mean, you're like a similar situation like us. You have a good team like Portugal. We have England. Then you got Uzbekistan and another team, Jamaica or Congo. So so who knows? But I think you should go definitely to the second round. I don't see you not going. That's for sure.
Thank you. And how do you? I mean, what are your chances against England? What do you guys see? Because England, this is like the strongest England I've seen in years. Like what do you think?
You know what? It's Croatia, one of those teams. We can beat anybody. We can lose from anybody. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So we can win 2-0. We can lose 2-0. With us, you never know. I think, as I said before, I think it's gonna be a tie. I really think they're not gonna beat us. I think we're gonna do good. I mean, they favor, they favorites. Obviously, if we lose 1-0, nobody's gonna say nothing. But I think they're a little scared of us. They like to talk a lot. English press is big mouths always. And that year when we won 4-2, I believe, we kicked them out of the World Cup. They were trying to chase us for a long time. So they
tell me, what did they do? What did they say, or what happened?
Well, they needed a win to go through, but then the next time they always put us down like they're the best. That soccer is coming home, like they're gonna bring the trophy. I believe England didn't win a trophy in soccer since 1960 something when they won the World Cup last time, or 63, something like that. Yeah,
66. Yeah,
66. You see, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so listen, they have the best. They have the best league and all that, but they have to remember they have a lot of foreigners in the league.
For sure.
It's not like it's all English players. Look at Manchester City first 11, mostly foreigners. So that's also hard on the national team. Too many. Nothing against anybody, obviously, but if you have so many foreigners, then your players cannot develop properly. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it's true. That happens in many countries like that. Mexico, that's one of the things in Mexico that happens a lot. And in Mexico, a lot of people are saying there's too many foreigners. There's a lot of South Americans that play in Mexico. So, and they're like, oh, that's why Mexico doesn't jump to a further, another level because of that. It's sort of what happens in England, like Liverpool, the same. You watch Liverpool, there's like, I think there's one, one English player.
Maybe,
and that's it. Yeah. So, yeah, man. So
I
crazy.
even stopped. I even stopped watching since we started the podcast. I stopped. Not stop. I watch less European soccer. I mostly focus on the Croatian players and Croatian league because that's what we talk about in our podcast. 90% of the time, we talk about the Croatian national team, our league, and that's it, and our players.
Okay.
So that's what the focus is. Really, not enough time between work and private life and all this to follow. But I used to follow everything. Now World Cup, we'll see. I wanted to go to watch a couple of games live, but the tickets are so expensive that it's not even a joke.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's too expensive, too crazy. Now, I've noticed when I was researching for the video that I did for my channel about Croatia, that you guys really don't talk too much about the national team. Like every channel that I went to, like you say, like you talk about the local league and the Croatian teams and everything. And I saw a lot about basketball because I guess you have NBA players,
Right.
guys that play in the NBA. But it's rare that, I mean, I was thinking like in Colombia, they send journalists and they're talking for a week about it. And
But
all the channels are-
we do when we because we are used to going to the World Cup. We will talk now in the next few months. That's gonna be the topic constantly. The thing is, this is a friendly game. No disrespect to you, don't get me wrong. It's just that it's a friendly game. It is covered by the media, but the podcast, they're gonna talk tomorrow, the next day about this game tonight, and then they're gonna talk about the game against Brazil, and then we go back to our league. And then end of May, before we go to the World Cup, it's gonna be a lot of talk about. That's gonna be talk every day about the soccer team. But at the moment, it's a little less. As I said, we usually it works like this. They wait until the game is on. Like tonight, already few people they posted. I saw in Croatia. So we're gonna talk tomorrow, like an hour podcast tomorrow. We're gonna talk about this game. We're gonna talk about the game Tuesday, and then we're gonna talk about the World Cup qualifications, Bosnia, Wales, Italy, Northern Ireland, a few other games, and then we're gonna talk about a little bit about the league, my home team, and the other colleagues' home team, and that's about it. 90 minutes of soccer, and then Monday we have another podcast, and that's it.
So tell me, I mean, I want to know a little bit about your league. So how do you compare your league to other leagues in Europe? How do you see yourself? Because you guys have a really good national team, but from the league, we don't hear that much.
Yeah, the league sucks, I'll tell you honestly. It's not, no, I mean, quite honest, the thing is, a lot of good players, they leave the league pretty quickly. Like right now, at the moment, you have Luka Stojkovic from Dinamo Zagreb and Toni Fruk. Those are the younger players that were one of the better players from the younger side. And then you got the old-timer Marko Livaja in Hajduk Split, who is not playing for the national team at the moment. He could, but it's something, I don't know really what happened exactly between him and the coach. And a lot of potential. We have a lot of foreigners also in the league, but quality-wise, look at it this way. So my team, Rijeka, played Strasbourg in the 18th final of the Conference League. And first game, we lost 2-1 and second game 1-1. But if you look between the two teams, how much the value is, the Strasbourg is like 300 and something millions of euros worth. We are worth 30 to whatever million. It's a big difference in the value, but we actually, to be honest, we played much better than them, but doesn't mean nothing. Also, we don't have good stadiums, only not even few, two good stadiums, no infrastructure. It's We have a team which is 20 years champion. In between,
Oh,
my Rijeka was twice champion. So I mean,
oh,
Dinamo
okay.
Zagreb is playing in Champions League few times and Europa League, and Rijeka play Conference League, and that's about it. If you ask me, like, to compare with which league, I mean, the leagues that are known, I'm not sure what to say. To be honest, I mean, a little better than Serbia, a little better than Bosnia, better than Slovenia league, but I must say Slovenia has a better infrastructure. Probably Serbia has more than couple of new stadiums. Bosnia even. It's a big question, why is this like this in Croatia? We talk about this all the time. And with the soccer players that come to the podcast, with other people, with the fans, always the same question: why is no money invested? But but
That's
it is what it is.
that's amazing. I mean, I gotta say, it's amazing that you have such a good national team, such good players having those problems, right? Not having a league that is organized or invested in. So that is, I mean, that's amazing to me to hear that something like that could happen. And you still get really good players out of that, even though it's not organized properly or it doesn't develop or evolve in a positive way. Wow, that's what good. I mean,
A lot of talent, a lot of talent, a lot
yeah,
of technical players. Everybody plays soccer in Croatia, so it's just, I don't know. It's like a national sport, and it's a
yeah,
holiday every time the national team plays. And then if we win something or get a medal, it's a national holiday. Nobody works, everybody celebrates, and
of course, I imagine.
that's
I imagine. I
yeah,
imagine we win and it's like a national holiday. Like we haven't gotten a medal in forever. So like we got Copa America like over 20 years ago, and
2001, yeah.
we're still thinking about that, and we only celebrate when we win. And the World Cup is the big thing, of course. We win something in the World Cup, a major game, and it becomes like a party the whole day and the next day. you know. So yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, can't wait to get into like a third or get to a final. That must be. Oh man, I swear, if we get to a final or like even a semifinal, Colombia won't like they won't work for a month. Like it will be a party for like forever. It will
I
be
know. I
crazy.
see in New York, like over here by us, I see a lot of Colombians when they play the game. Like we have a lot of Croats, but you guys
Mhm.
outnumber us by, forget about it, by far. Like it's
Yeah,
so many Colombians, And I remember when in Astoria and Queens, like we used to play soccer with against a lot of Colombians. I'm never gonna forget this. We play with a number 5 ball,
Mhm.
and these 5-6 Colombians, they come with this small ball. I never seen, when I was a kid that didn't exist. They came with a number 3. We know about it. I never played it in my life. It's not bouncing this way, that way. I'm like, what is this? Like, like
was it
what?
like the heavy ball, like the futsal ball,
Everyone,
or
yeah, the futsal. It wasn't jumping, nothing like But we lost first game, and then we adapt quickly. Then we almost got in a fight, But it was interesting. It was an interesting thing for me, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And I
Futsal is a
and
big thing. Yeah, big thing in
yeah,
Colombia. Yeah.
and I played also indoor once. I was actually a goalie then, also for a Croatian team. It was all South American teams, and the atmosphere was like crazy. So it was
Yeah,
fun.
exactly.
It was different, something different to experience in soccer.
Yeah, yeah.
But
We're in South America. That passion and craziness is like we get going, and it's like puts us in another place. But yeah, I understand.
I know. So I think we covered everything. We can
Yeah,
kind of wrap it up. It was a friendly game. It was nice talking to you. So just stay. When I press end, I want to talk to you a couple of minutes. How you're gonna do the thing for yourself, and is that okay? All right.
that's
Thank you
fine.
everybody for watching. I know everybody's sleeping back home. So I'll see you guys tomorrow when I get some sleep, and then we'll talk tomorrow. Okay, lako
To
noć,
all
hvala
Croatia,
svima.
to all Croatians, have a good Friday, have a good game against Brazil, and have a good World Cup.
Thank you. Likewise, same to you.
All right. Thank
Let me
you.
just say, Mariću, smiri se, ajde, bye bye.